Morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you could take your seats, if you haven't already done so. Welcome to the Global Business Summit on Retail, Food and Drink. We've got a very global audience here, and it's a very special welcome to everyone who's come here from overseas today. My name is Michael Buerk. I'm your facilitator for today. As a television and radio journalist, mainly for the BBC, I am, by definition, a mouthy, vainglorious know-nothing. And like most of us, have been caught out by the Olympics, worrying about all those terrible problems and being ambushed, surprised by extraordinary success. I remember when London was actually first applying to host the Games, we were following Sebastian Coe, Lord Coe, who was, as you know, responsible for putting the bid together. Lord Coe, as Sebastian Coe, of course, was the finest middle-distance runner of his generation, Olympic gold medals, world records, the lot. And as part of his fact-finding for the bid, he visited most of the major sporting venues in London. And on this particular day, he went to the headquarters of cricket at Lord's, just up the road here. Now, I have to tell you that the gatekeepers at Lord's take themselves incredibly seriously. And when Sebastian Coe approached this particular gate, the gatekeeper, with great satisfaction, looked at his ticket and said, "You can't come in here with that ticket. The only gate you can come into Lord's is right on the other side of the ground." And a terrific row ensued. Coe was being followed by BBC cameras, ITV cameras, cameras from all over the world and so on, a big row. And it went on for some considerable time. And Sebastian Coe is a really nice guy, made the ultimate mistake. And he said to the gatekeeper, "Do you know who I am?" The gatekeeper said he didn't. So he said, "My name is Lord Sebastian Coe." At which point the gatekeeper said, "Well, it won't take you long to get there then, sir, will it?" Look, if retailing was an Olympic sport, the UK would be a clear contender for another gold medal. The UK's retail sector is changing the way that the world shops, the way the world eats, the way the world drinks. Britain was famously called, in a derogatory way, a nation of shopkeepers by Napoleon. But judging by some of the speakers on today's agenda, we're also a nation of suppliers and manufacturers and marketers and digital engineers, not to mention keepers of some very, very large shops. In fact, large scale is going to be a feature of discussions throughout the day. Food and drink is already the biggest manufacturing sector in the UK, making up a sixth of the manufacturing sector. And as the global population grows beyond 7 billion, which it reached at the end of last year, expected to reach 8 billion as soon as 2020, the sector is well positioned to grow too. Almost £1 billion worth of research and development is carried out by UK food and drink manufacturers each year. And this helps bring in the major investors who use this expertise and the value that we add to manufacturing to create exports worth over £12 billion a year. Today we're going to explore some of the secrets behind this success and how the sector plans to exploit the growing global demand. Just some of the questions we'll be tackling today. How is the digital revolution delivering for the global consumer? How are health issues affecting global food and drink and its supply chain? And what are some of the world's leading companies doing to promote sustainability? Before I introduce our first speaker of the day, a few housekeeping announcements. Please do switch your electronic devices, your phones and Blackberries and all that kind of thing, to silent, please. The penalties for not doing so are, not to put too fine a point on it, lethal. The Tower of London is only just down the road. If a fire alarm sounds, statement of the blindingly obvious here, follow the instructions of the staff. Please be aware that today's events are being recorded and some may well be being broadcast live to other venues. And if you have a chance to walk around this house, you'll see that Lancaster House has been transformed into an embassy that truly showcases the UK as a creative and innovative place to do business. The art has been rehung to include Grayson Perry, Damien Hirst, Bridget Riley and others. The furniture, lighting, crafts and accessories have been generously provided by some of the UK's leading creatives, including War Thistleton, who designed the pavilion leading to the garden, where you'll be having coffee in mid-morning. And please do use your Samsung tablets to find out more information about the products on display around Lancaster House. We've got an awful lot to get to. Let me straight away introduce you to our first speaker, the Right Honourable Dr. Vince Cable MP, Secretary of State for Business, Innovation and Skills. He obviously needs a big business card or small print, I don't know which, who is going to explain the importance of the retail, food and drink sectors here in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, Vince Cable.